Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, Arcfall Day, yay, woohoo, Deep Space Nine Retaliation. Another Deep Space Nine arc. That's nice, cool. Maybe we'll get some kind of station refit or something that we thought was going to happen several years ago and didn't. No, not this month. Maybe next month. Well, we shall see. So, what's new this month? You see... yeah, you can see. It's from StarTrekFleetCommand.com. Engines cuts deep. Transgen cuts deeper. Yes, still with the Transgen shit. Flashpoints canceled, but Transgen still a thing. War drums thunder from Bajor to the Badlands. Long ago in the Delta Quadrant, the Borg assimilated the Kishin until one defiant mind sparked an uprising that splintered the collective. Branded a virus by the Queen, the exiled Kishin rebuilt around Transgen, a volatile element that supercharges Borg-derived tech and enables telepathic domination. Twisted by power, they became the Node, ruled by the Hierarch, who now seeks retribution. As Transgen ignites a cold war among the great powers, Captain Sisko and Deep Space Nine are pulled into a storm that pits Borg against Node and everyone else in between. Commanders, the front line just moved to your doorstep. Yeah, little picture here. This is a node, Cardassians, and some... They got a bunch of Transgen fragments on their hull, and these are Borgs that are a bunch of simulated parts on their hull. Okay. Alright, update 84 overview here. Solo Outposts. Yay. Maybe? Kinda. Really need to engage with them and see how they actually go. Sounds like it could be good. Also sounds like it can be annoying. Much like Starbase Assault. New building, Outpost Control Center, a new refinery, new missions, turn you off. New missions, new officers, chaos techs, and battle passes. Should be battle passes. Because, of course, there's not just one fucking battle pass anymore. Oh, a special note here. The previously communicated State of the Game event, maybe not State of the Game event, just State of the Game video/interview with Connor will be arriving later this week to allow players the opportunity to get into this month's content. Quality of life updates right off the top. Bulk XP upgrades. Alright, finally. And no, it's not just one, it's both of them. Bulk XP upgrades streamline progression with 2 new features, Bulk Officer XP upgrades and Bulk Ship XP upgrades. Commanders can now upgrade to multiple XP levels in a single click, saving time and making leveling up your ships and officers easier. It's about time. Where's Bulk Faction Store claims? Not here yet, but Bulk Officer XP and Bulk Ship XP here. Yes. Excuse me. Player titles. Not sure why that's in quality of life, but okay. Player titles are a new cosmetic feature in Star Trek Fleet Command, accessible through player profile page. More titles will be added over time to celebrate key achievements across the community with acquisition details, which will be shared in-game. The first set launching this month include Outpost Adept, Outpost Master, Faction Slayer, Survivor, the Hierarch's Chosen, the Anti-Node, Apex Ascendant, and Lord of Cakes. Sounds like an inside joke that I was not on the inside for. Deep Space Nine Retribution main and side missions. The missions a little different this month. It's going to be 4 weeks of missions anyway. I'm not sure if the arc is lasting 4 weeks. It usually doesn't. In fact, I don't think it ever has. But the missions are going to be rolled out 1 a week. And it says week 1 and in parentheses 3. So I'm assuming there's 3 links to this mission chain. But it's 1 mission. Contraband, front lines, enter the node, conscription, whatever. Where did it? Yeah. Missions roll out weekly across the arc. Part 2 continues the next story next month. New features. Solo Outposts 51 plus. Alright, so you're going to start here up in this top left box. Outposts are powerful new targets found across the galaxy. Once discovered, spend outpost strike directives to launch an attack against them using several of your ships. Upgrade the outpost command center in your station to increase the number of ships you can send into combat. Once an outpost is defeated, all ships that participated in this battle will be docked onto the outpost. Okay. I had several questions when I first read this. Am I just losing the ships, or am I losing the ships and the dock? Because it says these ships are going to dock with the outpost. So if I got 8 docks, am I going to lose the service of 3 of them because those ships will be locked somewhere else? I'm going to lose service of those 3 of them. Or the ship's just going to be undocked from my station and then docked in the outpost, leaving me the ability to still use 8 ships total if I wanted to. That's a question that we're asking. Though I saw a list of questions asked, and I guess it was Hamster Man that answered them, and that wasn't one of them. Which is weird, but okay. Because that was my first fucking question. Okay. Each outpost holds a unique set of buffs which can be upgraded while you hold the outpost. This isn't some outpost that you're just going to hold indefinitely. Other players, supposedly are not going to be able to attack this outpost if you have defeated it. So that's somewhat nice. It doesn't seem like other players are going to be able to interfere with this feature that much. I mean, if you're on your way to go to an outpost to be able to attack it, yeah, they'll probably be able to hit you, but usually anyway. Again, we haven't done this, so we don't really know, but it sounds like, from what I'm gathering, from some of the information I found around in some of these blog posts, I can't remember, I can't keep them all straight, because there's so much shit in this game now. Once you hold this outpost, yeah, another player can't seize control over it. Or I guess until you're done. While holding an outpost, Retaliation attackers will occasionally spawn and try to take it. Defend these attacks to get additional rewards. The longer you survive, the better the rewards. So yeah, it's like armadas and then waves in reverse. Or really just waves, I guess, right? In reverse, because that central entity in the system is more under your control. So an updated version of waves, kind of. When your outpost falls or you survive all incoming attacks, the outpost expires and any docked ships are released. Any outpost buffs that were upgraded are reset to 0, but all rewards gained along the way you keep. Exchange loot can be gained in the outpost refinery to unlock exclusive rewards. Yeah. Some of the timeline numbers I'm seeing are like 6 hours for this shit. Okay. Okay. That's why I ask, am I just losing the ship? Because you want to stay in it. You got to keep the ships in the outpost. There's no swip swapping. Whoever joins the attack to defeat the outpost, you're there. If you recall them, you're done. Okay, so you want to keep the ships there, but okay, that's fine. I can go without the ships. That's fine. If I'm putting 2 or 3 ships in this outpost, do I also lose the service of those docks for 6 hours? Assuming I want to be there for 6 hours. A new frontier opens along the borders of Federation, Klingon, Romulan space, solo outposts. These are not hostiles or armadas. Wonderful. So, new officer sets that we need. Expect a several-hour semi-idle loop with high investment, high reward. I will be the judge of that. I don't like that they say high rewards, and then I look at the rewards and I'm like, that ain't that high. But go ahead, you can keep thinking so. Conquer an outpost after a difficult assault. Endure escalating attacks from wave-based retaliation attackers. Profit. The longer you hold, the more loot you bank. Empower while you control an outpost. Activate temporary outpost upgrades that are powerful and time-limited buffs. Again, we will be the judge of that. Rewards from the Outpost refinery. Large injection of Parsteel, Titanium, Dilithium, and Sigma variants. Significant refined gas, crystal, and ore. Okay, but again, I'll be the judge of how much it is. Could be a little bit, and you're like, oh, it's a significant amount. Like, but that's like a tiny number compared to what I need. USS Vengeance blueprints, good, because they're actually removing another free-to-play sourcing path for this, which is awesome. Just finally, when some of us free-to-play / semi-free-to-play / I don't feel like spending $300, $400, $500 a month, maybe just $100. Time we finally get up here to level 70-ish, and maybe can start doing this event to get the vengeance. Bam, taking it away. Cool, that's awesome. But at least they're giving it to you in a different form. Exclusive shards for Epic SCT the Hierarch. I don't want this. Whoever is in charge of naming some of these officers, I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe it's me, and being in the Army for 10 years, I hate acronyms. Hate them. Too many of them. And you know what? Some of them use the same damn letters in the same damn order. I don't like it. And Epic SCT Nog. Yay, we finally get Nog. That's so exciting. Apparently, a lot of people were looking forward to it, which is nice. I just not sure I quite get that completely. It's nice and all. I'm not going to say, finally we get Nog. I'm just, cool, we get Nog. That's nice. Extras like hijacked refits, building, upgrade currencies, prime particles, and more. We're not going to list them. We're just going to tell you there's more. Cool. This is somewhat confusing here because apparently these outposts, they're not just staying up. Solo outposts will be available for the full monthly duration in November and December. Afterwards, they will evolve into a live operable experience that emerges at different times during the month. Solo Outpost events will not begin until event reset November 4th. So it sounds like for a few months they'll be up, and then, the overlords will decide when to activate them. Much like Sarah's Invasion, which, as far as I'm concerned, is not activated enough times. So, look forward to that. Oh, that'll get people to buy more packs. Though, I'm looking at something over there, sorry. Oh, we're going to tell them it'll be so limited, now they'll spend more money to get into it because they know that we're not going to run it enough times. Yeah. What happens? New building, outpost control center. Yeah, well, it's right in there on the side. You're going to be your low left-ish quadrant of the base near the, the Transigen Forge and the Recon Locust building. Excuse me. Claim outpost control schematics from your gifts section if you're ops 50 plus, 51 plus. Everybody else, I don't know. I'm assuming that once you reach 51 plus, then they will start populating. I'm sure that's the plan. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. To construct the Outpost Control Center, you'll get it from the gifts to construct it. Upgrade with common Outpost Control Cores, and then later, rare Outpost Control Cores. Yay! Dropped via Outpost activities. And the Outpost Battle Pass, as well as available in the store. Key benefits and buffs. This is from the building itself. Outpost loot increase weapon damage versus outposts. Whole health increase for Federation Romulan Klingon ships. Material fragment production. Exchange for extra Sigma and non-Sigma resources and refined materials. Material fragment storage / capacity. Scaling with building level. Outpost fleet size increase. At level 40 of the building, it goes from 2 to 3. Material Fragment Generator. Constructing the Outpost Control Center unlocks the Material Fragment Generator, which produces material fragments that can be exchanged for extra refined materials. It functions like other station generators, Fragments accumulate over time up to a cap and must be collected when full. Hey, I know! Let's take one of the most hated and useless parts of your station and make it again. Yup. It'll get people to log in and claim their constructor. What is this? Material fragments. They'll want to come in here every hour just so they can hit a button for free materials. We gotta do it because we need to get them in game. We need to trick them into coming to get. We don't need to make good features and good officers and good gameplay and a working gameplay. We need to trick them by giving them a tiny amount of resources every hour. Yeah, that's how you do it. Grades of materials by apps: G5, uncommon, rare, and epic materials. G6 through G7, uncommon and rare materials. Material fragment storage determines how many fragments can be held in the Outpost Control Center. Material fragment capacity sets the total number of fragments that can be stored. Before you have to exchange them, I'm assuming... Outpost Control Center currencies, Outpost Control schematics. Claim from the gifts unlocks the building. Common Outpost Control cores. From PvE chests when defeating outposts or when defeating the outpost or the store. That upgrades the Control Center. Rare Outpost Control scores from the Battle Pass or the store. Oh. Just from the Battle Pass or the store. Upgrades the building beyond level 51. Wow. So right now it's just the store and the Battle Pass for the rares. Wonderful. Material fragments crafted in the Outpost refinery into refined materials. The Outpost entities themselves, found in special systems and feature a new gameplay mode, separate from Armadas and Hostiles, even though you really just combine the two, with enemies immune to standard Hostile or Armada crew abilities, which is wonderful. That's so awesome. We love that. To excel, invest in core power and Outpost-specific power. Solo Outpost gameplay consists of 2 layers. The Outpost, Conquest the Outpost. Outpost Retaliation attackers, wave attackers after capture. Like wave defense. Once claimed, Outposts trigger wave-based retaliation attackers every 5 minutes, offering escalating rewards and temporary power boosts upgrades while under player control. Some more fancy art of the Cardassian ship. There are a few types of... a few different types of these outposts. We can start with independent here. These independents are acting more as a tutorial encounter, giving you a chance to learn all this stuff. They're all 51. They're only in 3 systems here. Here's the... You can't see my mouse. Shit. Well, that's a setting somewhere. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I don't know why. Some of these updates... Is this technically considered a projector? Son of a bitch. And I don't remember where the hell it was. If it wasn't that, then I'm not sure what it was. Son of a bitch. Why would they do... They make you update this stupid ass shit here. And it's like, oh, we're going to change all your settings. Why? Assholes. Bastards. Fucking bastards. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can see... Well, you can see that highlighted. Wait, there it is. Can you see this now? Can you see? I think you can see it. I can see it on my screen now. Alright. So maybe I'll fix that. And you remember that every time I have to update my stupid programs here, it's just going to change all my settings. Because fuck you. Alright. Abilities of the independent Hujiba Watsa Bob J. Whatever. Diverted power, critical hit damage cannot fall below a specific percentage. They're not going to tell you what it is here, which is awesome. Okay. The Outposts upgrade buffs, things that it'll give you. 300%, and these are max values. You do have to go, or you can go in there and upgrade them to these levels. That's part of it. You get this currency from somewhere. Not 100% sure I get it yet. It's either from the initial attack or defeating these individual waves. But yeah, you're going to have to go in there and upgrade this shit. So it's not like you can just leave this for 6 hours. 300% weapon damage boost to retaliation hostiles, which isn't that much. That's not that much. Compared to all my other research, that's not that much. 150% whole health for my ships. Again, with all my other research, that's not that much. Look, if you're level 30, maybe that's a lot for you. Of course, you can't do this until you're, what, level 51? Yeah, those numbers are tiny. 300% mitigation versus hostiles and armadas. Yeah, that's too low. 30% isolated defense versus players and stations. Okay, so I guess if they're going to give you buffs like that, then they can't be taking 3 docks from you. Take 3 ships, but you're left with the ability to put another ship in your dock. Right? We will see. But these numbers are low as shit. They're low as shit. Cardassian Outposts. Levels 53, 56, 60, 63, 66, 70, 73, 76, and 80. They're in all these systems right here. The abilities of the station itself. Yes, it has that critical damage floor thing as well. Also has Nord class deflectors. On combat start, increases apex barrier by a specified amount. Do you care to specify that amount? Okay. Outposts, the upgradable buffs. These are going to be... this one is for all of... Because, yeah, I mentioned all these levels. There's different subtypes now, which is perfectly not confusing. All of them are going to have Apex Shred versus Cardassian Retaliation jackasses. 50%, 100%, 250%. No, I just don't. 250%, I think, is going to seem like enough, but 50% just doesn't seem like it ever adds anything. 100%, yeah, maybe. Whatever, man. Okay, the Cardassian levels 53, 63 are going to give you max cargo. Okay. 120, 160, 215 for G5, G6, G7. Loot from armadas and hostiles. So yeah, I mean, you're going to be meant to be able to do other things while this retaliation's going on. Because as it says right here, it requires redeploy. Not of the ship that's in the outpost. Leave those ships at the outpost. Other ships. Oh, how much loot are you going to get? 25%, 35%, and 50%. I'll just pretend like you didn't say anything because you might as well not have. 56, 66, 76. Officer stat increase 400%, 530, 700. Meh. I mean, maybe for some of you think that's kind of a lot, but here for me it's 66, 530. Yeah. I have at least 2,500. I mean, another 500. It's not doing a whole lot. Whole health 400, 600, 800. Those are percentages. Not really. Compared to how much health I got. It's just not that much. Here you go. This is a great one. Notice the sarcasm. For the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, they're going to offer you mining speed, 500%, 650, 850. You can get more mining. You can mine more shit. And you can mine more shit. And all you guys are going to get more hazard protection. Oh my god, we're finally going to be able to go into those 500% hazard damage systems. Nope. 45, 60, 80. That's it? I thought you said all these buffs were great. I think all these buffs are shit. Moving on to the node outposts. Again, 53, 56, 60. Uncommon, rare, epic for G5. Following it so far, 63, 66, 70. Uncommon, rare, epic for G6. And it's the same for the 70 ones. Alright, here are these Outpost abilities. Yes, with the critical damage floor. Again, Psionic Assault. On combat start, targets one of your ships, deals 8% hull health damage at the start of each round. Alright. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. Sounds kind of neat, but at the same time, not too bad. 8% at the start of each round ain't that bad. Alright, all the buffs that they're going to, or one of the buffs that they're all going to offer between all the grades. Apex Barrier versus Node Retaliation Squad. 10,000 for G5, 20,000 for G6, 30,000 for G7. Those numbers look real good. They look good. 20,000 for me? That seems like a good number. Now, maybe these hostiles are really fucking powerful. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, for the uncommon ones, Apex Barrier in the first 8 rounds in PvP, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. Critical damage bonus in PvP and station combat, 150, 200, 270. Those numbers seem kind of small to me. I mean, I already have like 1,100%. So another 200, it's not that much. Alright, the rares. Isolated defense for the first rounds of PvP, first 8 rounds of PvP combat, 50, 65, 90. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not enough. Jochum, or Wochum, he needed what, 300, 400? Something stupidly high. I don't remember what it is. Here's another 50% or 60%. That's it. Apex Shred in PvP, 30, 40, 55. Yeah, that's not enough either. Cool. And for the epics, reduce enemy critical damage. First 8 rounds of PvP combat, 150, 200, 270. Yeah. I mean, especially... I mean, you got this one, critical damage increase. And then you got critical damage. It cancels each other out. I just don't... Yeah, alright. ISO damage in PvP and station combat. 50, 65, and 85%. Yeah, not enough. Man, it's long. This is going to be long. Borg Solo Outposts. Again, uncommon, rare, and epic for G5, G6, and G7. Alright, main abilities for the Outposts here. Yes, critical damage 4, again, for these guys. Isolatic Burst. On combat start, increase isolatic damage by a specified amount, even though they didn't care to specify. Okay, the buffs they're going to offer you. ISO Defense versus Borg Retaliation. Okay, now, this... Okay. 150, 200, 280. That's what it's was giving you there. This is what it was giving you here? More than twice. Is what they're giving you 3 times here. Whatever, man. Whatever. Again, this looks like it's going to help you, but the problem is we don't really know how the hostiles are going to go. Their isolatic damage could be 10,000. So this wouldn't do that much for you. We don't really know. It looks like a significant boost, but it does really depend on how exactly these retaliation hostiles activate, or how we engage with them. Okay, for the uncommon outpost, you're going to get isolatic defense against hostiles and all hostiles and all armadas. 40, 55, and 80. Yeah, that's not that much. Critical chance versus all hostiles and armadas. 12, 16, and 25. Yeah, those actually are good numbers, depending on you as a player. Me, personally, look, if I'm using the Metreon Cascade, I don't give a shit, because I'm already over 100%. Now, for other ships, yeah, alright, I kind of need some more critical chance. It would be 16 for me. That's a decent number right off the bat. It's a decent number. I mean, considering, at least for me as a G6 player, I'm starting with 22%. The max is 100. You don't need more than 100. It's not like isolatic defense where once you get to 100, you don't get hit by any isolating damage. With critical chance, once you get to 100, you good, because all your shots is critical hits. So right off the bat, just with this buff and just with me and my research, or my standard research from years ago, 38% critical chance. That's more than a third. That's good. That's not counting in any of my fleet commanders, which I can get another 40% from. Or officers, or whatever other research, which I get another 5%. Or get another 2.5% all the time, and another 2.5% in the first 2 rounds. So, yeah, I mean, I think that critical chance can do something for you. It can. It does depend on you as a player. Because, again, if you're fighting hostiles with your Metreon Cascade, it's not going to do too much for you. Okay, the rare ones are going to offer you, mitigation versus hostiles that are Armada. 500, 600, 800%. As I said before, those numbers are they're not big enough. They're not. Because it's offering you base mitigation, which is just going to be a tiny-ass number compared to the large-ass number that you need. It's not giving you enough. ISO Cascade damage versus all hostile artists or Armadas, 28, 35, and 50%. Again, compared to how much isolated Cascade do you have right now? That's not that much. To the Epics, Apex Barrier versus all hostiles, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Again, that doesn't seem like that much compared to how much we already do. Critical damage versus all hostiles and armadas, 225, 300, 420. It's a little better, I think. I mean, I'll say it's neither a great buff or a shitty buff. It's middle buff. It's fine. It's not blowing my fucking skirt up. It's not making me say, oh, I gotta go out there and I gotta kill one of these epic Borg outposts. Give a shit. That's fine. I'll do without the critical down. Give a shit. Okay. But that's why I say, when I'm reading some of this stuff earlier, they're like, super duper buffs and great currency rewards. And it's like, no. We, the players, will decide. Don't tell me how to think of your stupid ass rewards. I will tell you how I think. Note, Outposts and Vengeance events launch at event reset on Arc launch day. Cool. Get into some of these currencies. Yay, currencies. Outpost entity currencies, solo Outpost basic directives, events, and store starts, solo Outpost assaults. Excuse me. Solo Outpost credits earned by defeating Outposts or defeating Retaliation waves. Spend in Outpost refinery. Outpost components. Common, uncommon, rare. Upgrade held Outpost buffs. Common, defend wave 1. Uncommon, defend wave 2. Rare, chance from PvE chest on each wave defense or sword. Outpost retaliation medal earned from retaliation defense, spend in refinery. Retaliation plunder earned from wave 2 defense, spend in refinery. Outpost rewards and refinery. Unlock the Outpost refinery when the Outpost control center is built. Engage with Outposts to earn currencies from multiple bundles, primarily delivering significant... Again, you say significant resources, significant buffs. I will tell you. Resources and Sigma variants and refined materials, common and uncommon. Oh, well, you might as well just left the materials out of there. If you're not going to give me rare, I don't give a fuck. Core resource material bundles. G7 available at Op 71. Improves at 73, 76. G6 available at 61. Improves 63 at 66 and 70. Maxes out at 70. Just as G7 maxes out at 80. G5 solo Outpost exchange available upon unlocking the front because you can only build it at 51. Improves at 53, 56, and 60. Maxes out at 60. Outpost retaliation medal rewards. Outpost retaliation medals are earned by defending solo Outpost retaliation attacks and can be exchanged in the Outpost refinery for valuable rewards. Epic Nog shards, hijacked refits, galactic acclaim, building, upgrade currencies, emblems of honor for the war room, mirror fragments for District 56, Don't trust anybody security access cards for the don't trust anybody headquarters, Starfleet honors, the Nova Squadron bullshit things, rare player titles. Seriously? Fuck the Mirror Universe. Fuck you. Fuck you with all this fucking old shit. Old shit. It's more than a year old. It's old, dead-ass content. Why is the Independent Archives dead, but Mirror Universe is not dead? Mirror Universe needs to die. This is my opinion. I've never liked the Mirror Universe. Hate it. Retaliation Plunder rewards. Retaliation Plunder is earned by successfully defending against Wave 2 solo outpost retaliation attacks and can be exchanged for valuable resources. Valuable rewards in the Outpost Refinery. Wave 2 outpost retaliation attacks begin after 42 waves. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. You want to say there's 42 waves. How can Wave 2 solo outpost retaliation attacks begin after 42 waves of retaliate? What? So I got to do 42 waves and then Wave 2 starts? What? 1, 2. Okay. 1 and then 2. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 42. And then we go to 2. Perfectly not confusing. Okay. Continuing with the plunder rewards. USS Vengeance blueprints. Epic The Hierarch. Shards. Premium Mirror Dust. Legacy Primes. Voyager Prime Particle. Mirror Universe Prime Particle. Prime Valor Medallion. Medallion. Prime Orbit Medallion. This, I think, is the most valuable one here. I don't even remember what this is, but I feel like just because of certain ways, I guess it was just easy for me to do a lot of double pulls with the Voyager. I don't know what any of the primes do, and I didn't give a shit. Mirror Universe, meh. I guess it depends on if you're still engaging with it. If you're still engaging with it, I guess you care a lot. Right? Because I was at the level, or I was at an appropriate level when they brought the damn thing out. So I was able to engage with it. And all the OG mirror, the common, the uncommon, the rare, the epic mirror dust researches, I'm done. Yeah, I still got to do Omega and the premium mirror dust, but different sections. So I don't care about that. Honestly, I haven't even, I could do at least 2 of the primes in the mirror universe, and I've only done the 1, and I don't even remember which one. I was like, I don't really care. I just don't care. Because even for the players, at some point, it just gets to be old content. You don't give a shit about it. Partly it's because these people look at it as old content and don't make any improvements. Or they look at it as cash grab. They implement it and leave it the way it is because they say, if we do make changes, we have to pay somebody to make changes. Why don't we just stick with it and just convince the players to give us money for it? Prime Orbit Medallions. Ooh, epic player title. Outpost Master. Anybody excited yet? I'm not. Trade down options. I wouldn't do none of that. Don't do none of that. Okay? Until a few weeks go by. Okay? Don't do none of this. None of this trade down bullshit. Uncommon, a common, rare to uncommon, rare to common. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I trading down here? In the trade down section of the outpost in front of you, you'll be able to exchange uncommon and rare outpost components for common or uncommon outpost components respectively, as well as rare outpost control cores for common outpost control cores. Yeah, don't do none of that, because didn't I read up further in there that the only place to get the rare outpost control cores was from the battle pass or the store? Don't trade down your rare outpost control cores. I don't know why the fuck that's an ability or feature, but you shouldn't do it. They're trying to trick you into using all your rare outpost cores ahead of time, so that when the time comes for you to use them, you'll be like, shit, I don't got them. Oh, I guess I'll buy them now. That's what they want. New officers. Finally to the officers. I don't like the name. Epic SCT, the Hierarch. That's this officer's name? How about just Hierarch? Just Hierarch. Not the Hierarch, just Hierarch. I guess. Is it the Batman or is it Batman? I don't care about her storyline. Captain ability. Yay, captain ability. All right. Twisted Blade on round start versus players. If the opponent has any state, increase shots by 120% for 2 rounds. Synergy with 1 officer is 160%. Synergy with 2, 200%. Now, it doesn't specifically say, but it does say on round start. This does sound like it can stack up twice. So potentially you could be at 400%. Excuse me. Officer ability on round start versus players. X% chance to apply hull breach burning and assimilate for 2 rounds. It's good because you notice that they're not going to apply morale. Because morale could help your opponent. Okay, I'm okay with that. 50, 65, 80, 90, and 100%. Okay, so this is kind of like a non-specific strike team captain. Because you remember the strike team captains, where, let's say, Wei Yun and Gold Dukat with the captain ability applied to state, and their officer ability increased the shots. With strike team Lan, it was her captain ability that increased the shots, and her not below deck, but her officer ability that applied to state. Seems like what this is. Okay. Epic SCT Nog. Not just Epic Nog, or not just Nog. That's fine. Captain maneuver. 2 captain maneuvers in 1 month. Oh my god. They must be trying to make up. On round start when attacking station 2000 apex barrier for 2 rounds. It doesn't say anything about synergy. Okay. Trying to make a father-son base Krakens team, huh? Hey man, I can dig it. Officer ability on round start versus players, but not against stations. So that's, I mean, unless it will pop in station combat, which some of these abilities that just say, oh, it works against players. Some of them do. Minus X critical hit chance for 2 rounds if the opponent has any state. So it's not a boost to you, it's a minus to them. Okay? I think I would have preferred a boost to me. Because, okay, because if you're going to use Nog in station combat, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to get critical hits to... The only reason I have anything to do with critical hits, at least for me, is I have Gorkon in there as a secondary hull breacher. Okay, so I'll just go to Lorca for a secondary hull breacher. Oh, okay. That's fine. I mean, this does nothing to me. Now in PvP, different. In base attack, base defense, this is nothing. This is worthless. Rounds, yes, minus X critical hit chance for 2 rounds if the opponent has any state. 20, 35, 50, 60, and 70. Additional combat. Oh, new primes. Increased base weapon damage for all ships against outposts and the retaliation ships 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000. Yeah, 3 levels of primes. Cool. Solo outpost components. Increase the amount of common, uncommon, and rare solo outpost components your ship receives from solo outpost retaliation attacks. 50, 150, and 300. Noticing a theme there? Yeah, levels. Prime solo retaliation rewards. Is that what that one was? Too many fucking currencies, man. What's the difference between the outpost components and the retaliation? I don't know. Increase the amount of outpost retaliation medals and retribution plunder your ships receive from solo outpost retaliation attacks. 30, 100, and 200. 30, 100, and 200. It must be a $20 prime because I'm not going to give you $100 for the 30% one. Whatever, man. Alright, more Chaos Techs. Yay! Siren Squall. Alright, the Siren Squall gets a Chaos Tech. So exciting. Grants bonus Transitin upon collection. 30% at max. Increase loot from hostiles, armadas, and outposts by 50%. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be using a Syrian squall in these outposts? Okay. If you say so, boss. Oh, and for all servers, increase mining rate by 1,000%. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Biomedic Gel. PvP decreases opponent damage for 6 rounds by 1,200% at max. Increase isolated defense by 400% at max. Increase apex barrier by 30,000 at max. That's kind of a lot. Again, all those in PvP. Oh, then updates and battle pass. Deep Space 9 Retribution brings 2 main battle passes. Yes, if you were not aware, I said that earlier. Or if you forgot already, because it's almost a fucking hour. Deep Space 9 Retaliation battle pass features Nog in there. And the Outposts battle pass is going to give the Hierarch in there. Alright, cool. We are almost done. Yes, there will be a new another battle pass for the operations level 20 through 50. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go through your post right now. Maybe, probably not ever. Maybe if I got so many people asking to do it, I might, but I'm not. It is kind of old. I mean, if you need advice, by all means, please ask. Vengeance event updates. Yes. USS Vengeance blueprints. Heroic SMS will no longer be available. Instead, we're going to put a pack in the store. Fuck you. Did you really remove a free-to-play or free-to-play-ish option for the USS Vengeance just to put a fucking paid pack in there? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. The Vengeance is Mine event, November 4th to the 5th. I don't really give a shit. Unlocks once you get enough blueprints to construct the Vengeance. It doesn't say construct the Vengeance. It says when you get enough blueprints to construct the Vengeance. Only a comment and above G6 and G7 materials will score. That's fine. I don't care. Schematic salvage. I don't even know what that is. Or give a shit because it's a RLB. Cosmetic for the player titles. I would like this one here, but can we get rid of faction and just be Slayer? Why does it have to be Faction Slayer? Yeah. Lord of Cake. Why would I want to be known as the Lord of Cakes? Some community corner bullshit. I don't give a fuck about those assholes. Some bugs. There was one that I thought was worth mentioning, and I don't even remember what the fuck it was. They did add a research node in the aggregation tree that increases positive Franklin Delano Roosevelt reputation. That must have been it, because otherwise I don't really care. Yeah, alright. Lots of shit here. Took me an hour to get through it, because I'm telling you how stupid it is the whole entire time. But that's just me. Alright, well, let's wrap this shit up. This has been long enough. Yay, well, we're finally getting 2 officers this month. That is great. You get Nog and you get a Hierarch. I don't know who this Hierarch person is. It sounds like a made-up person, which, or I guess they're technically all made-up persons, but let's say made up by the people within his game company and not just Gene Roddenberry and his estate. Which is, it's fine. You are perfectly allowed to do that. And in some cases, I do encourage it, but at the same time, bring some of the, characters we like. Nog, people like Nog. So that's great. They both have captain abilities. They're both epic, but they both have captain abilities. That's awesome, because we need more captain abilities. We really do. We just haven't been getting enough of them. Because not every ability is going to be good for all players. So, if you only bring out 3 a year, it's not, some players, you could have half the players not give a shit about any of your captain abilities you brought out this month. That's not a great thing. So the more captain abilities you bring out, the more you are able to affect all the players. They look fine if you're into PvP. If you're not into PvP, then you probably don't give a shit. Though at the same time, if you like base cracking, maybe you see that as a little different than PvP. Probably be cool to have Ram and Nog on your ship. I don't know that you're going to be able to get through my station, but maybe you get through somebody's station. Also, maybe not even the biggest thing this month because of the outpost, but look, bulk officer levels and bulk ship levels. Yes, finally. Of course, over the interim, I may have put at least 30 levels on officers and wish I could have had that quality of life improvement then, but it's fine. Also, Outposts. Outposts, it's, yeah, you fight an armada, you leave your ships there, and they're going to do away for you automatically for the next 6 hours. Okay. Comment below. Are you excited to be involved in a wave defense that's going to last 6 hours, or that could last 6 hours? What do you think about the ship XP, the bulk ship XP to bulk officer XP? Is that a significant quality of life improvement? I really think it is. Do you engage with it a lot? And are you impatiently waiting for bulk faction store claims? What do you think about these? What are these dumbass things called? Outposts. What do you think about these outposts? Is this going to be a fun mechanic, or is this going to be kind of a dumb mechanic? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.